Resin dies. Is resin a suitable material for making stamp dies? To test our hypothesis regarding resin, we started by crushing resin chunks into a coarse powder, just using a rock, and then we heated it in a tinfoil boat over boiling water, just like we did with the wax. It took a considerable amount of time to melt down into a liquid form. Once melted, we removed it from the water and immediately attempted to shape it into a cylinder. It cooled very rapidly and became hard, making it difficult to create a flat die surface. We then attempted to heat the end directly above the fire to form a flatter surface. We had some success creating a flat surface, but then when trying to cut into the resin cylinder, the surface started to crack and flake away. We attempted using a heated needle, which we had mixed success with. Initially it seemed to do quite well at engraving into the resin. It certainly made it easier to impress the designs, but again it continued to flake and parts fell away, which obviously had an impact on the design that we were carving into it. We also attempted using a sharp knife and a saw in the end of the resin, but had the same problem with the cracking and flaking. We then decided that it would be a good idea to try mixing the resin with charcoal, because we know that this combination has been used to create glues and things in the past. So we crushed the resin and charcoal together and heated them over the hot water. The charcoal prevented the material from melting away completely and instead produced a thick paste that wasn't really terribly suitable for creating a cylinder. We then tried putting that charcoal mix into a mould, much like we'd done with the beeswax, to try and create a more suitable cylinder. However, the consistency of the charcoal mix made that very difficult, and it didn't really shape very well into a mould in the way that wax did. We then tried carving into the end of the charcoal mixed resin, but it was just as flaky, if not worse, than the raw resin, and we found that it wasn't really very suitable for even creating the design into, never mind getting to the point of stamping it into clay.